Good morning. Welcome back to G&H Honey Bees. It is the 31st of July 2026 and we're back up here again at the bee yard in the bush, and fence is clicking away good. Bees are already flying good. It's about 9:30 in the morning, 16 degrees Celsius or about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Really beautiful day up here. You see the Oregon coastline way over there across the straits. So I was asked to say a little bit about fireweed. For those that don't know what it is, it's a plant that's native to the northern hemisphere, and it's all goes from like the Yukon down to, you know, about the middle of the states. It likes temperate weather, and it thrives in open areas. Especially what they call disturbed areas, either from deforestation, you know, clear cutting, or forest fire. It seems to be the first plant that grows after a forest fire, and it'll thrive in this area until other things start growing here. Now you can see we have broom bush here, and there's no fireweed close to the site here. But if we go down over here a bit, see if I can do this without tripping over something. You can see there's patches of it in the open spots, and you can see it over there. All that open area, that will have fireweed in it for some time to come, until something else grows up there. Once it gets overgrown, the fireweed stops growing. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. I got, where's my, now in the British Isles it is apparently known as Rosebay willow herb, because it's a member of the willow herb family. But you see this stalk here, it flowers from here up and maybe a little bit down, and these are the seed pods. And apparently each one of these seed pods has 300 to 400 seeds in it. And when it goes to seed, it comes out in a white tuft. They're sort of like dandelion seeds. The seeds have a little tuft on the top of them so they can be carried on the wind. But you see there's unopened flowers here yet at the top. But this is all going to be seed. And it can lay dormant for quite some time from what I understand. But this area will have tons of fireweed in it, maybe even more next year, until such a time as the forest starts to grow up again or other brush starts to crowd it out. What else is there? Oh yeah, it can grow. Now this stuff isn't that tall. It's about 3 to 4 feet, but it can grow to about 9 feet in height. Now I've tried cultivating some of this in my backyard. You know, I've gathered some of the seeds off of these when they go into seed. You can go over here and see there's honeybees, or a honeybee on this one. Gathering, yep, they're out gathering. So anyways, I've cultivated a bit of this in the backyard, and I've only had 3 or 4 stalks of it grow up. But because the missus likes her raspberries, she's let the raspberries overgrow the spot where the fireweed was growing, so it's kind of dying out there now because there's something else that's hogging the sunlight and taking over the spot. Now apparently there's, I can't remember if it's called a tuber or a rhizome that grows underground, and other plants will come up from that as well. So this area, we moved to this area last year, and there wasn't quite as much fireweed here as there is now. The area that we were in prior, we were there for 7 years, but with the reforestation, you know, they planted all new trees and stuff, and those trees have grown up and the fireweed has sort of died out. So it'll lay dormant there until such a time there's either a forest fire or the trees get up big enough that they can clear cut them again. But you can see patches like everywhere here. And it is, the flowering is getting near the end of its cycle. You can see those tall ones right here only have a little bit left at the top. But it seems to bloom in different stages depending on the temperate climate that it's in. And you can see here there's no fireweed whatsoever because the broom has taken over, so it's crowded it out. So anyway, that's my little bit of knowledge about fireweed. It can be found, you know, in the British Isles, in France, and all the European countries, and down in the northern states, and of course here in Canada. And from what I understand, it has high anti-inflammatory properties. I guess the leaves can be brewed into a tea, or they can be eaten, but I have never tried it. You'd have to look that up on Google if you want to know more about that. But anyway, that's my little short spiel on what fireweed is and where it grows and stuff. And so now I got to get my weed eater out, trim off these dandelions because they're getting pretty close to the fence, and I don't want it being shorted out or grounded out by dandelions. So I'm going to do that now, and then we're going to have a look in these boxes, see if they made any progress. So back in a bit. Alright, so I got the dandelions weed-eated. And last week I ended up doing this colony last, but I'm going to do it first this week. I don't know how much progress there's going to be. I was up here last Friday. Today is Friday. And I was up here last Friday because Saturday a weather system came in and it started raining, and it was overcast and spit rain for 3 days, 3.5 days, and it wasn't until late Tuesday afternoon that the sun came back out, and it's been good since. So we've had 3 days of decent weather. Well, they've got that tacked down pretty good. So this upper box here, I just put that on there last week. It had partially drawn comb in it. And there are bees up here working on it. Wow, look at that. Fresh comb there. And it's the same on those. So let's just pull this one off. Let's see how we're doing. So there's a bit of fresh comb on there. They've got nectar in that comb that they've drawn out there. This frame is heavy, I can tell. Yeah, this frame is full. Wow. That's full. Even got a little bit of it capped. Same on the next one. They're getting this one drawn out and it's got nectar in it. Nothing on the outside yet. So let's see what we have in the bottom one. So there's more of that nice yellow comb. That nice fireweed comb. Let me keep that. So I can see little cappings there. They're working on it. A little bit of cappings. That next one's got a little bit more cappings on it. But I would imagine being shut down for 3-4 days while it was raining, that they didn't do a whole lot. And the reason I'm up here on Friday, Saturdays was supposed to be my beekeeping day up here, but it's going to rain apparently again tomorrow. So I come up here today to do this. So anyway, they're progressing slowly, and after tomorrow it's supposed to be really nice for about a week or so. So that they should be able to fill that up and get it capped, maybe even get the other two filled up, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to do a tilt look at the bottom of these top two brood chambers and see if there's any queen cells, see if they have any intention of swarming and that sort of thing. So I'll be back when I'm done that. All right. Okay, I've finished that one. I didn't find any active queen cells, so I've just put them back together, closed them up. This is the next one over. This has also got a good amount of bee flight in it. Get you down here a bit. There are bees up on the top. Don't imagine there's too much there though. Yeah, no, there's not much there. But let's check their original honey super. they're filling it. See that shine in there? They are filling. Yeah, same on that side. And they are drawing wax. Because these are 9 frames, so they'll draw these frames out wider. Why do you have to get up there where I'm going to put the hive tool? Oh yeah, they're filling that one too. So they may make some honey for me. As long as we can keep the cloudy, wet weather away for a while, things will look up. So I'm not going to go any further into this one. That's all I wanted to see, and I'm going to move on with these other 2 tall ones, and then we'll get into the little ones here in a bit. There, so I've gone through the last 4. They're starting to make honey. That 3rd one there. This one hasn't moved up into the honey super yet. And I found 2 more swarm cells in the middle box. So I've taken them off. But they are slowing down in their efforts to swarm. And this one's making progress. I put that 2nd box on there last week, and they've moved up into it. The queen is in there laying eggs, so they're doing all right. This one hasn't expanded enough for a 2nd box yet, but the queen is in there. She's working, and she's filling what comb she has available to her with eggs. And I actually saw some fresh bees hatching when I had one of the frames out, so they seem to be all right. So we've got the dandelions trimmed. Fence is back on, so you can hear it clicking. That's clicking away good. I'm not even going to test it, because when we initially set it up, it was between 14 and 16,000 volts, so that should be enough to deter any bear activity. And I haven't seen any fresh marks on the gate handles. It's because I've been remembering to remove my bee gloves and put on those thicker rubber gloves, which have never been near a beehive. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We are making progress here, and hopefully the weather will stay good and they can continue on with their progress. 2nd box is making progress, and hopefully they will continue as well. And maybe these other 2 will get started, who knows. So we'll just have to wait and see what the weather has to bring. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and then it's supposed to clear up again. But past experiences, when it gets clouded over, wants to rain, it stays that way for 3 or 4 days. So, and that's when the bees' activity goes way down. So let's have a quick look here. Yeah, these 2 are flying really good. I'm kind of doing an experiment here. I've taken the entrance reducer rate out of this one, and I've left it in that one. But it doesn't seem to deter them. Now, I've always had the entrance reducers in and made honey before, lots of honey. And so I don't know if that really matters or not, but they're a strong enough hive. If somebody decides to try and rob them, they can defend it. But anyway, so that's it for this week's session of the fireweed area. Look at that view out there. God, I'd love to have some property up here with a house. So quiet, peaceful, except for the bees buzzing around my head. Nice calm day. It's a slight breeze, but nothing too major. So anyway, hope you're all having a great day. and your bees are doing well, and everything's okay with you, we'll talk to you again on the next video. Bye for now.